name is Demetris Hall, and I am the assistant manager for the revenue processing team. I have been with MNGI for almost 7 years. Next month will be 7 years.
What role did you start in at MNGI? Tell us about your career path with us.
When I started with the organization in August of 2017, I came in as a patient coordinator, and through the patient coordinator role, I became an ambassador for the organization. And then I decided I wanted to move to a different opportunity, so I moved to the business office and gained some knowledge in the revenue processing area as a poster. I became a preceptor in the revenue processing team, and I was a preceptor for 4 years. Pretty quick, those 4 years went by. And then I moved on to become the assistant manager of the revenue processing team after about half of the emerging leaders piece. So that was fun.
How has MNGI supported your growth? Were there any programs or development opportunities you participated in?
I feel like when I moved to the business office, Tracy, who was my previous manager, was an excellent resource for growth opportunities. She would kind of ask, not necessarily insinuate, but ask what I was interested in as far as growth, and she would kind of let me know what role would fit me, she felt. So that's how I got the preceptor position, just kind of having her there to answer questions of things that I may not have understood, to act as a kind of motivator. I think the ambassador program allows for growth in your knowledge of what we do as gastroenterology. And then when we moved me to the emerging leaders, preceptor was more, I was teaching people to do what I knew how to do. So I didn't look at that as, it was kind of a fun thing to do for me. I didn't look at that as another job. But when I moved into emerging leaders, that program really helped me to look at myself and develop some of the techniques that were needed for leadership in the organization. So I would say emerging leaders is a great opportunity for people who are seeking leadership, because you learn communication, you learn how to kind of initiate those talks that you need to have with other people. But I think as an ambassador, you get to really understand, and it was kind of funny. I think it was my second event as an ambassador. I was with Dr. Demboy, and he said, "You go ahead and teach them through that tour what we do as a service." And I'm kind of looking around like, okay, I'll try it. But that's how you learn. That is exactly how I learned what polyps were and what things they remove. So it's a good learning opportunity.
Why have you chosen to stay and grow your career at MNGI?
I don't feel like if I'm happy that I need to be looking other places. So as long as I keep waking up happy and I'm not overly stressed, I'm not a person that kind of overdoes it. I've learned through emerging leaders, you have to take some time for yourself. And that's also part of this organization, is that they believe in a work-life balance. When they say you need to take some time off, okay, is usually the answer. But having someone actually tell you that means that they value it as well. So that's important to me. So that's one of the other reasons why I kind of stick around and have some stick-to-itiveness to it, because it's important for me, even though my daughter isn't grown up, it's important to me to spend time with her and have that peace that we need on the beach or in the desert or wherever we are. The company understands that.
Where do you see yourself evolving within MNGI?
Being new in this role at the time, I think, maybe 5 or so years in this position and obtaining the knowledge that I feel I need is pertinent to this position. There is a department manager position, and then there's the director. So if those opportunities present themselves, I could see myself moving into those opportunities. We have a very close-knit group of people, though. We kind of enjoy each other's company. I think we're kind of all the same age bracket, so we'll be around for a little bit, but those are opportunities that I could see myself looking into.
What advice would you give someone that's starting a career here?
Funny. I have a relative who started here, and I didn't know he was starting here. And I said, it seems like a lot of work when you start. Stick to it. This is an organization that believes in its people. You will learn. Don't give up. And I think that he took that to heart. He's been here for a couple weeks now, and he took that to heart. And he also said, well, who do I ask if I have questions? There are managers, there are preceptors, there are so many resources for you. Just don't give up. And that's what I have to say to people who start here. Don't give up. It seems like a lot of information, but once you get your job and you get going, that's it. You're going, you're on your way. And you have to kind of know what goes on here. If you're willing to learn what goes on here, then you have what it takes to be here.
What do you love most about MNGI?
I think that I appreciate the people the most and their ability to work together. They have very strong ethics here to take care of the patients. That's our first priority, to take care of the patients. And that's important to me. I value that as an organization. Have your priorities in order for the patient. Coming to MNGI, it's more family oriented, I guess I can say. I don't feel like I'm going to work. I feel like I'm going to see my friends and my family. So I kind of come in and I might have some cake or some cookies or something. And they're all like, yeah, you bought us treats. That doesn't seem like work to me. That's kind of a family thing to me.
Thank you for being a member of the MNGI family. Learn more about starting your career and growing your career at MNGI Digestive Health today at www.mngi.com/careers.